Velo Orange is a small American brand hailing out of Annapolis in Maryland. They produce a bunch of kind of retro-inspired, quite niche parts. So if you're after like down tube shifters or quill stems, these are your guys. But alongside a big range of parts, they also produce a selection of really nice, cool, all-round steel frames. And the most interesting among those for me was the Pass Hunter disc. The Pass Hunter disc is designed as a long-distance all-day bike, but what makes it quite unique is its use of a low trail fork. Now, trail is the definition of how far the tyre contact patch is from the steering axis of the fork, and a longer trail is typically associated with more stable handling and a shorter trail with slightly more twitchy handling. So you think, why would I want a short trail on this bike? If you're loading up the front of the bike with randonneuring bags or a bar bag, then you want to keep the handling nice and fast. So by reducing the trail, you can make sure the bike still handles in a kind of sporty way. And that's what initially interested me about the Velo Orange, but also to use it as kind of like a platform to try out lots of different things for gravel riding and gravel racing I was planning on doing this year. It was quite fun getting to build this bike from the ground up, and some of the highlights for me included the White Industries ultra compact cranks. These are great for climbing with a super small inner ring. You can actually go ridiculously small with their variable bolt circle outer chainring. I went for some, again, compass randonneur bars. These funny swept drop bars give you loads of different hand positions and put your wrists in a very comfortable position for all-day riding. So one not so retro choice was going for a set of Ultegra level hydro discs because rim brakes suck for gravel bikes, I want to stop well, and mechanical disc brakes suck. So I started with the bike built up with some big 35mm Compass Bond John tyres, lovely polished aluminium mud guards, a front rack to have my big bag on, and a dynamo hub. So this very perfect kind of all-day bike, and I really enjoyed it on that, guys. I did a really cool trip up north with my girlfriend. I did lots of long distance rides around here, and it was just great having this perfect machine that I could be out on all day. I was quite keen on trying out the bike in a bunch of different forms, and I had the Dirty Reaver, and for that event I built the bike up in a form I called the wheel mullet. I wanted to run some 650B 2.1 WTB nano tyres in the front and rear. I realised about 2 days before the event that the 2.1 tyre wouldn't fit in the rear of the bike. Luckily, I had a 40mm version of the tyre in a 700C size kicking about. And I decided last minute that I would run that on the rear of the bike and the 2.1 650B wheel on the front. This looked absolutely bizarre, but it kind of made sense to me because I'd have the slightly lower rolling resistance narrow tyre at the rear with a big cushioned 650B wheel at the front. And on the day, it worked brilliantly. It was absolutely phenomenal. I started off with quite a high pressure at the start of the race, and throughout the day I just lowered the pressure consistently until I got this really nice, super cushioned ride that managed to let me just float across even the roughest terrain on the day. And one thing that I really noticed was taking it on kind of mountain bike trails where inevitably you're going to be going slower. I mean, it's a gravel bike. It steepened up the front end of the bike a little bit by running that smaller wheel, which sounds terrible. You're already turning quite a twitchy bike into something even more nimble handling, but it was actually really good fun. So I left it in that form for quite a little while. But I decided I wanted to completely refresh it with a new build, which was quite similar to the original one, but slightly lighter weight, just to make it a bit more fun for shorter rides. Ditching the mud guards and the big heavy front bag. Again, deciding to run it with the Compass 35mm tyres and the dynamo light. For long distance riding, this setup, where it was a little bit lighter, was just superb. Even on the roughest roads, it does a great job of really smoothing out the worst of road buzz. And it's just super comfortable geometry. I'm a big fan of racy bikes, very arse up, head down position. But it was great to be riding something that was a bit more upright and casual. So after 6 months of abuse, riding the bike in completely inappropriate terrain came the biggest challenge for the Pass Hunter in the form of the Gunduro in the Isle of Arran in Scotland. Now, we've already done a video on that event, which you can find on our channel, but for those of you that don't know, it's basically an enduro event for gravel bikes. And for the event, I decided to strip the Pass Hunter way down, taking off pretty much all the accessories except for a little saddle bag so I could keep on my photographing Instagram accessories inside. And I decided to ride the bike with a set of WTB Horizon tyres, which I know Velo Orange themselves had success using in the past. I thought, why not? I'll give it a go. And it was not the right choice for the day. Incredible amounts of grip, set up tubeless, really low pressure. They were the wrong choice for the single track sections on the day. Super steep, super muddy, super technical, not the terrain you want to have slick tyres on. People were giving me hassle all day for riding slicks, and while they had definite precedent to make fun of me for it, doesn't matter because I had a load of fun and the bike was alright. You may have noticed that the general theme of my time with the Velo Orange is, although I've had a lot of fun with it, it's not been the best bike for every situation. But that's not really the point of this bike. You know, it's just got completely bog standard standards. You know, it's quick release, 27.2 post, threaded bottom bracket, 1 1/8 fork. It's all just super simple stuff, which meant that if you're looking for a bike that's not necessarily going to get you to where you want to be the fastest or the most efficient, but you want something that'll let you use up all those spares you might have lying around, and it'll be great for a huge number of different events and rides, and the Passenger disc is definitely one that should be on your list.